All right, today we're diving into a really fascinating mystery. It's got everything: a blind monk, a wild accusation, and a secret that literally crosses lifetimes. This is a story all about the hidden ripples of our actions.
So, let's just start with the central puzzle here. How on earth could a blind man be accused of murder? It sounds impossible, right? But that is exactly the accusation that shatters the peace of this incredibly serene monastery.
So, try to picture this place. We're at the Jetavana Monastery. It's a place of just deep, profound peace. Think quiet meditation, sacred silence. It is the last place on earth you'd expect some kind of dark mystery to just pop up.
And the story zooms in on one specific spot. This small, humble hut belonging to a monk named Chakupala. Now, this guy is known for two things: his incredible devotion and the fact that he's blind. And it's right here at his hut that something really unsettling is about to be found.
So what do they find? The ground is just littered with dead insects. Now, you have to understand, in a place where every single life is considered precious, this is a seriously disturbing sight. And because it's right on Chakupala's walking path, their minds, well, they jump to a conclusion fast. And just like that, what starts as a few quiet whispers turns into something much bigger. A formal and very serious accusation. This thing spreads like wildfire through the monastery. The blind monk has killed living beings. I mean, that is a huge accusation. It goes against everything they believe in, one of their most fundamental rules. And pretty soon, suspicion just becomes accepted as fact.
Okay, so this wasn't some minor issue they could just brush aside. Oh no, this thing goes all the way to the top, to the Buddha himself. You can imagine, the whole community is just holding its breath, waiting to see what happens to Chakupala.
And this is where the story takes this amazing turn. Because you're expecting a quick verdict, right? Guilty or not guilty. But instead, the Buddha asks a question that changes everything.
He looks at the accusers and asks something so simple but so powerful. It just cuts through all the rumors and assumptions. He just asks, did any of you actually see him kill the insects?
Boom. Just like that, their whole case just falls apart. Faced with that one direct question, they have to admit the truth. No, we did not. They saw the dead insects, sure, but they never saw the act. Their entire accusation was built on a story they made up, not on what they actually saw.
Okay, so the monks back down. They accept Chakupala is innocent of this, anyway. But this just opens up a whole new, much deeper mystery. They start wondering, okay, Lord, if he's such a good monk, why is he blind? What's the deal with his karma? See? The question isn't about insects anymore. It's about cosmic justice.
And to answer that question, the Buddha doesn't just give them a simple answer. Nope. He tells them a story from a past life. He's about to reveal that the reason for Chakupala's blindness today is buried deep in his own past.
And this story, man, it's like a 4-act tragedy. You've got a desperate promise, then a miraculous cure, which is followed by a really nasty lie, and it all ends with a terrible, terrible revenge.
So, way back when, in a past life, our monk Chakupala was actually a really skilled doctor. And one day, a blind woman comes to him, and she makes this absolutely desperate promise. She says, if you can cure me, if you can give me my sight back, my family and I, we will be your slaves for life.
And guess what? He was a brilliant doctor. The treatment works. It's a total success. The woman can see again. Now this should be a happy ending, right? A moment of pure joy? But it wasn't. Because when the woman realized what she'd promised, a life of slavery, she decided to lie. She told the doctor, nope, didn't work. I'm still blind. But the doctor, he knew. He knew she was lying. And instead of feeling sorry for her or trying to understand, he just felt this white-hot anger. And his need for revenge completely took over.
So he mixes up another medicine, but this one wasn't designed to heal. It was designed to harm. He gives it to her, and this single act of pure vengeance destroys her eyesight. For real this time. She became permanently, irreversibly blind, all because of his anger. So after telling this whole story, the Buddha brings it all back to the present moment, right there in the monastery. He's about to connect the dots between that angry doctor and the blind monk and reveal how the justice of karma really works.
And here it is, the big reveal.
Chakapula's blindness isn't just some random tragedy. The Buddha explains that it's the direct result, the fruit, of that terrible act he committed as a doctor. The act of blinding someone else, well, it ripened over lifetimes and came back to him as his own blindness.
And this is just a perfect illustration of what karma is all about. See, it's not some god in the sky punishing you. It's more like a law of nature, like gravity, cause and effect. The intention behind what you do, that angry, vengeful intention to harm, is what creates the effect. And eventually, that effect always finds its way back home. For the other monks, hearing this, it was a huge light bulb moment. Think about it. They started this whole thing by wrongly accusing a man because they were, blind to the facts. And now they get it. The real blindness in the story wasn't just Chakupala's eyes. It was their own rush to judgment, which is kind of a little echo of the same mistake the doctor made all those years ago, right?
And that really leaves us with a powerful question to think about, doesn't it? The monks judged what was right in front of them, the dead insects, but they were totally blind to the deeper truth. So it really makes you ask yourself, how often do we do that? How often do we pass judgment on someone based on the tiny little piece of the story we can see, with absolutely no idea about the invisible stuff, the hidden histories that brought them to that moment?